Although he had held a licence for 14 years prior to 1981, David Chapman never received much publicity. That is until he got involved with a lady. She was the Flying Filly Sober. Beginning her career in modest company, she later strung together 11 wins from 14 races, including the Stewards Cup at Goodwood. Making all the running from the then unfashionable #1 draw, she certainly put the trainer and jockey David Nicholls on the map.
And they've got a furlong and a half to go. Sober, who played up on the way to the start. Brackadell makes ground on the far side. Gavitat in the centre. On the far side, then Celestial Dancer, but it's still Sober. And they come to the final 100 yards of the race. Sober, who must have led for much of the journey. After these Brackadell, Celestial Dancer, Mummy's Pleasure is in fourth.
It was 1985 before he managed to emulate the feats of Sober. This was with Chaplin's Club, winner of 9 record-breaking races. 3 years later, Chaplin's Club now lowered down the handicap, won at Ripon on July the 16th, and then reappeared 2 days later at Ayr.
This looks wide open with just over a furlong to go, and Marbear Silks has come through to take it up. Marbear Silks has a length or two clear from Norgaby, and then Chaplin's Club, and then Derwent Valley, but Chaplin's Club comes through on the far side, and as they run to the line, is Chaplin's Club going to be very close. Dorking Lad finishes well at the line. Chaplin's Club, Norgaby and Dorking Lad very close, but Chaplin's Club the clear winner.
In the next 14 days, he was to run 6 more times, winning 4. The last of these at Ayr in the evening of August the 2nd. After travelling the 250 miles back to Yorkshire overnight, he ran at Pontefract the next day. Getting up in the last stride to beat Jurasing, he had now won 7 times in an astonishing 19-day period. Any trainer would have been happy with that, but there was another good sprinter in the yard at the same time. This was Glencroft, who, despite being 23 pounds out of the handicap, led for 5.5 of the 6 furlongs in the Stewards Cup in 1988, only to be touched off close home by Rotherfield Greys. He went to York on August the 31st, the winner already of 6 sprint handicaps.
Race down to the 2 furlong marker, and Glencroft 3 clear of Golden Ancona in second. Lively Pebbles is third. Tommy Daly right on the stand side isn't out of it. They race down to the final furlong. Glencroft by 2 lengths to Golden Ancona in second. Max Fighter is third. Tommy Daly is wide. They race inside the final furlong, and Glencroft keeps up the gallop 3 clear of Golden Ancona, Max Fighter and Tommy Daly as they race up towards the line. 1-horse race, pillar to post. Glencroft clear of Golden Ancona and Max Fighter.
Glencroft was now rivalling Chaplin's Club for the award of top sprinter. They both next appeared on the same day as the stable's other star sprinter, Scotch Imp, on September the 30th. Scotch Imp was first away in the 2 o'clock at Newmarket.
And the Scotch Imp runs down the dip and goes clear, hitting the rising ground. Scotch Imp now 2 lengths in front, and Sister Chabria in second. Close for third between Treasure Bound, Sonilla and Breakaway running on, but up towards the hill. Scotch Imp striding well clear. Scotch Imp from Sister Chabria, close for third between Treasure Bound and Breakaway, and then comes Sonilla and Icefern.
An hour and a half later, Glencroft ran at Goodwood.
At the furlong, Glencroft a length and a half, 2 in front now of Alfredi, who can't find any more. PJ Kelly struggling on, but in the run to the line, it's the remarkable Glencroft who's going to do it again. Glencroft streaking away in the run to the line, wins well.
And last of all, Chaplin's Club ran in a 4:45 at Haydock Park.
They've now got a furlong and a half to race, and it's Pendor Dancer just about the overall leader from Hinari Hi-Fi, so high in the centre, but Chaplin's Club's coming well on the stand side with Music Review. And so with just over half a furlong left, and Chaplin's Club's come through. Chaplin's Club looks like landed the gabble, but Music Review is coming there strongly, but Chaplin's Club looks like holding on from Music Review. So high, then behind these Hinari Hi-Fi and Duck Flight.
Kevin Darley working wonders when the saddle slipped inside the final furlong and gave the stable 3 winners on the same day at 3 different courses. Chaplin's Club won again the following day to equal his own record of 3 years previous, 9 handicap wins. Glencroft had now won 8 times before going to York in an attempt to equal Chaplin's Club record.
And it's Glencroft now taking it up. Glencroft has gone into the lead, followed by North of Watford. After these, Sanditon Palace, Bella Seville, and then Chaplin's Club trying to get a run with Derwent Valley, but it's Glencroft who is well clear. Glencroft looks like defying his 10 stone, 3 pounds in great style. He's a long way clear. Chaplin's Club into second, Sanditon Palace third, North of Watford fourth.
Between then and the end of the season, it seemed as though one or the other was running every other day in an attempt to break the record. Both failed. David Chapman doesn't believe in keeping his horses boxed up or working them at home. They run free all day. Unusual training methods, but it certainly works. In 1989, new names have appeared in the winner's enclosure, trained by that man Chapman, most of them sprinters. Although he wouldn't like to be known solely as a trainer of this type of animal, They are the ones with which he is most associated. Cabcast is certainly one of these. After having won 4 times already in July, he went to Catterick looking for a 5-timer.
Furlong and a half to go. Cabcast still clear of Hyla and Marina. Captain's Bid tries to finish. So too Ladies Mantle in the orange, but they've got to catch Cabcast. Flashes past the furlong pole. 2 clear. 3 clear now of Captain's Bid and Ladies Mantle for the places. Hyla and Marina drops away. They're inside the final furlong. And from the start, Cabcast has led. And at the line is clear of Ladies Mantle, Captain's Bid.
Other winners this season include Absolution, who after a lacklustre seasons with Kim Brassey and Ray Hutchinson, came north last November. The Big Grey proved best of the stable's 4 runners in the Coral Bookmakers Handicap at Haydock Park in August.
2 furlongs to go. It's Cabcast, 2 in front of Pendor Dancer, Hafoof and Absolution. Ski Captain called on for an effort now, followed by Clarentia, Perry and Wellback with Chaplin's Club. Out in the centre, Madraco coming over with Joe Sugden and also Clarentia there in the centre. Inside the furlong, still Cabcast though, 2 in front of Pendor Dancer and Absolution, trying hard from Ski Captain, Joe Sugden and Madraco. Now Absolution grabbing Cabcast with 50 yards to go, and Absolution going on to beat Cabcast and Joe Sugden close for second. Madraco not far away fourth.
Sully's Choice is another with winning form this year. The 8-year-old who bursts from the stalls and is the one his opponents have to catch rarely runs a bad race, as he showed at Redcar.
Sully's Choice clear by a length over Jaunty Slave, Eastern Ember. Miss Chrissy at all, finishing well now. Henry Will down the centre of the track inside the final furlong. And Sully's Choice has scooted 2 clear of Eastern Ember. At all, and Jaunty Slave. Henry Will staying on. Could just get a place, but Sully's Choice has them all stretched. It's 5 clear up towards the line. Sully's Choice from at all, and Eastern Ember second and third.
Yet another handicapper to add to the tally of sprinters in the yard of the likeable Yorkshireman. They do not have such a good record in juvenile events, however. When Toss of the Coin won at Ripon recently, it was their first-year-old winner for 3 years. But they have had success with other people's cast-offs, notably the ex-Michael Stout-trained Verdant Boy, and also Homo Sapien, formerly with Henry Cecil. Singing Stephen is one to keep an eye on in the near future. But whatever the stable enters, you are bound to get a run for your money, and I'm sure you will read in the sporting papers for a long time to come. Winner trained, D.W. Chapman, Stillington, North Yorkshire.